Hey y'all, it's Ryan, and I'm super excited to share more results today that stem from the Pittsburgh Common Cold Study. I wanted to highlight this paper by Anoushka Shahane, which focuses on emotion regulation and health markers, because it's another paper that began in a graduate level class at Rice University. Turning class papers into publications is a super cool way to do research and get publications on your CV early in your career. So we'll tell you more about how Anoushka used this class to get an important paper published and more about her results as well. Okay, so first part, coming into grad school, I really didn't know that you can leverage these class assignments for papers for publications like this. Luckily, we had wonderful professors early on in graduate school who gave us this advice and even integrated it into our classes. You can see here all of the papers of mine that came out of class assignments, from social psychology to industrial organizational psychology, and of course, health psychology. But today I want to tell you about Anoushka's paper, because we both did something that really helped us. We used publicly available data sets as a way to practice our analyses, and we're actually able to find some pretty important results. This is important because we could have never actually collected all of this data ourselves in graduate school because of our stage in grad school, access to resources, primary research focuses, and other factors. Because this data set is available for anyone to look at or analyze, young graduate students like us can get much better publications or just practice using real data instead of learning how to do statistics only on CARS data sets, right? Which is really cool. So if you teach grad students, or if you are a grad student or undergrad, then you can think about using these big publicly available data sets to teach or learn statistics with the kind of data that you'll actually be using in your professional career. And I'll put a link above to another video that I made about a publication that came from a class project. But now let's hear more from Anoushka about her paper and how she came up with it.
Hey everyone, my name is Anoushka Shahane and I'm a cognitive and affective neuroscience and behavioral medicine dual degree PhD student at Rice. I'm lead author on the paper that Ryan's discussing today, and this paper was actually conceived as a part of a class that we took. We took a class called Psychoneuroimmunology, or PNI, and in that class we had to synthesize PNI data for a full research article.
Let's move to Anoushka's findings. She'll tell you more about this paper, but remember from our last video featuring Anoushka that she's interested in the different ways that people manage their emotions, so what we call emotion regulation, and how those strategies affect people's health, as measured in many different ways. So today she'll talk about telomeres and heart rate variability at a broad level, but stay tuned for future videos where I'll break down more about how to interpret these markers.
I chose to look at telomeres in CD8, CD28 cells. Telomeres are protective caps at the ends of chromosomes and indicative of general health and aging. I also looked at heart rate variability, which is the heart's oscillatory pattern of beat-to-beat intervals. I wanted to examine if individuals who more frequently reported using cognitive reappraisal, an adaptive emotion regulation strategy, had a stronger relationship between telomere length and heart rate variability. My favorite part about writing this paper was getting to synthesize and relate seemingly disparate literatures to each other. There is very, very little research that ties cognitive reappraisal to telomeres in these important regulatory cells and heart rate variability. Telomere shortening in immune cells has implications for immunocompetence, for inflammation, and for antibody responses to vaccines. So understanding how this relates to cognitive processes is vital.
The idea here is that using this adaptive emotion regulation strategy, cognitive reappraisal, which can be thought of as a sort of cognitive flexibility, may be protective from some of the consequences of aging. So these data were just at correlational, so at one time point. So as always, there's a lot of work to be done. And hopefully this will help you figure out a game plan to do your own research using these high quality, publicly available data sets. All right, y'all, that's all for today. Thanks for tuning in, and please click like or subscribe for more content like this.